Today we're going to show you how to make the Irish Maid, just in time for St. Patrick's Day. Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm Derek Schomer. Today we're going to show you how to make the Irish Maid. This video is sponsored by Bushmills Original Whiskey. They're helping us bring you a St. Patrick's Day cocktail. The concept is pretty simple. All simple ingredients: cucumbers, lemon, elderflower liqueur, sugar, whiskey. How can you go wrong? So St. Patrick's Day is the feast of St. Patrick. I did some research. Ha! He was the patron saint of Ireland, and it's primarily treated as a religious holiday in Ireland. So of course that means the stores are closed, no shopping that day, banks are closed. So it only seems natural to celebrate an original cocktail and be original with Bushmills. Here is the recipe. It will be 2 slices of cucumber, 2 ounces of Bushmills Original Irish Whiskey, 1/2 ounce of Elderflower Liqueur, 3/4 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice, and 3/4 ounce of simple syrup. And of course, a cucumber garnish to just top it all off. We're going to be using some clear ice. I've already started to sweat this ice so it's nice and clear. Let it sit at room temperature 5 to 10 minutes so the frost wears down and you get that nice meltiness on the edges. If you don't do that, when you put it into your old-fashioned glass and you start building your Irish Maid, it will crack, and then it won't look as cool. But that's it just won't look as cool. You won't get hurt. So Bushmills is the world's oldest licensed whiskey distillery. It's the first Irish whiskey, and it's built from real Irish heritage, and it celebrates the real Irish story. So we're keeping it authentic by creating an authentic drinking experience with an authentic brand. So what we're going to do first is we're going to muddle some cucumber. We're going to put that in the bottom of a Boston shaker. So here's what you're going to need to make this recipe. You're going to need, besides the base ingredients, a shaker tin, a whole thing, Boston shaker, or 3-piece shaker if that's just how you roll. You're going to want a muddler. I have a muddler right here, nice big one. You're going to need something to measure with, so a Japanese jigger. You're going to need an old-fashioned glass, and probably a cutting board unless you like to make a mess on your counter. Or you happen to have a bar in your basement like I do. So we're going to take 2 cucumber slices. I have added a little additional B-roll for you to watch, all about me cutting cucumbers with my brand new 4K camera. I think this is our first 4K video, so it only makes sense that I add a little bit of extra flair to it to make it look better. Because that's how I make myself look more authentic, even though I'm just a weird dude screaming and yelling on YouTube. So what we're going to do is crush this up. You're going to muddle the cucumber right in the bottom of your shaker tin by itself. Now, if this was an herb, like mint or basil or such, whatever kind of green herb that's fairly dry, you can add your simple syrup into it to help suck through some of that flavor, because sugar is really good at extracting flavors. Cucumbers, when you crush them, make their own flavor because it's like a vegetable. Most vegetables have some sort of juices when you smush them. There you go. Now, I would go gentle on a muddle with herbs. With cucumber, you can let out some of your anger. Also, one more tip for you. If you don't like tons of seeds and they're huge and you don't feel like you're muddling the seeds, it's weird, use like those European or those seedless cucumbers, the one you usually use for pickling. So kind of like a pickling cucumber, but these tend to be a little longer so you can make more Irish Maids with them. So next, let's add our sugar. We're going to do 3/4 ounce of sugar, and we're going to balance the 3/4 ounce of sugar against 3/4 ounce of lemon juice, freshly squeezed lemon juice. Now, in this case, I used some lemons that were a little obnoxiously large. You don't have to use the really fat, huge lemons. They probably have a name that's not fat and huge. Sorry for the lemon shaming. But, you know, do what you can. Now, since I just freshly squeezed this, I'm also going to double strain this. Oh! A note for you. Have yourself a tea strainer or an extra strainer or something that you can do a double strain on. And it's not necessarily for the lemon juice, it's really for the cucumbers. So it's the final product when muddled. You don't want all the cucumber bits inside of here. Let's do some elderflower liqueur. So for this, we're going to do a 1/2 ounce. And this will add your floral, a little bit additional sweetness to it. If you find this to be a little too sweet for your liking, I would say cut down the simple syrup or just leave it out entirely and work with that with just the elderflower itself. And then last, I will add the Bushmills Irish Whiskey. And here's the thing. If you screw this up someplace in between, like for instance, I recorded the whole video, I forgot to hit the record button. right? That actually has no bearing on what I'm about to say, but still. If you screwed up any of the other measures, this doesn't go to waste. So you can just dump it out and start again. If you pour this in first and then you mispour the ingredient sizes or whatever, now you're throwing out your whiskey with everything, or you do like a lot of people do and they just drink it anyway. But just avoid mistakes by doing the key ingredients last. 2 ounces. Now we're gonna add some ice. And for this, I have regular ice cubes. You can use ice tongs if you're making this drink for friends. Then we're gonna put the top on it. We're gonna shake it up. Give it a good 10 to 12 second shake, nice and aggressive. And the Irish Maid, by the way, is a riff off of the Kentucky Maid, which is made with mint, lime, whiskey. And in this case, what we're doing is kind of pairing those flavors against the lemon and the cucumber, because the original Kentucky Maid also had cucumber. So you're keeping that cucumber whiskey combo. Now for this, single strain, double strain, ice. Boom, let's do it. Lastly, you add your garnish right to the side. Boom, it's perfect, it's beautiful. It's just everything I wanted right now. Now, you might ask yourself, but Derek, that's not green, it's not that fake green color. Like, how is this St. Patrick's Day cocktails if it's not green and weird looking? And I would say, dear viewer, you don't have to drink green things on St. Patrick's Day. To me, if you're gonna make a cocktail, you should be making a good cocktail every day of the year. Whatever day you're making your cocktails, they should be good quality cocktails. You want good cocktails, you want good friends, you want good stories. Remember, it's a day to celebrate one nation, not embarrass two. The other thing you might notice is that a lot of drinks that are created purposely to be green, especially cocktails, they tend to taste pretty bad. Or they're just loaded with creme de menthe because they just needed to get that green color in there, which is another good reason to kind of avoid things that turn green unintentionally, because it's probably is food coloring, and if you're unlucky, somebody thought they could get creative with the drink, and it's probably horrible, but they're like, but it's green! That's dumb. It definitely has that nice, subtle cucumber from start to finish. There's that floral elderflower. It's like a cake, and in the filling, the bread or the cake stuff that goes in the middle, that has that Bushmill original Irish whiskey taste. Has like a drawn little bit of an oak. It's got a pretty good like attack to it. The alcohol potency is there, but that sweetness helps to counterbalance it, making it flavorful and light, yet still has that just that twinge of aggressiveness to go, yeah, this is a cocktail. It has that almost like a, I don't want to say vanilla because I think that would be wrong, but like a little bit of an oaky finish to it. See, you don't need green beer. You don't need picklebacks. That's all just nonsense. Now, if you've watched the show before, you know we're into crazy antics. We say stupid things. We do stupid things. But the one thing we actually try to do well is cocktail creation. We're here for flavor. We're here for the experience. And we're here for the overall taste combination of a great cocktail. So it seemed only sensible to celebrate a great holiday with real Irish heritage using a spirit that has real Irish history. So go forth, build yourself an Irish Maid. And the most important part of this holiday, and every holiday, is to stay safe. I love our fans and I hope that they can come back every week to watch every new episode. So drink responsibly so you could be here with the rest of us to learn and enjoy making great cocktails. That's it. We're teaching you how to drink.